Jazakallah.
is based in two parts. The first part is in Salah. I joined the imam on the last rakah. How should I deal with the rest of the rakah? Because I think I made a mistake and the brother corrected me, but I don't want to repeat the Salah, so I had to make sujood asahu at the end. That's the first
Question
part.
for
Second
you.
part,
You joined the Jama'ah, you're not the Imam, right?
yeah, I'm not the imam. I joined the after Salah on the
What
last
was the
rakah.
mistake?
The mistake was when I prayed the last rakah with the imam. That was my own first rakah. So after the imam gave salam, I stood up, and I when I stood up, I then obviously do my ruku and sujud, and I stood up again. So I stood up two times, and the last time I sat, and then I give my salam. So making for rakah. But a brother observed me and he said I was wrong. That on my
You
second
mean
rakah,
you
I should
mean
have
you mean you have prayed an extra rak'ah?
extra rakah. What I did was the format that I followed. Um, First rakah was my first rakah was the last rakah with the Jama'ah. So they sat down, right? After they sat down, they did the tashahhud, and then they gave salam. So I stood up. I stood up
Mm.
to carry on with my salah. So my salah, my rakah, the first one, I stood up after tashahhud. I stood up. No, sorry, I didn't sit down. I didn't give tashahhud. I stood up straight up, and the third rakah, I stood up again, and on the third rakah, which is my complete rakah of her, I sat down and then I gave my salam. So I did three rakah.
I
So if I
thank
remove
you,
the
Abdul
one that I
Hamid.
joined,
Now you may listen to the answer. When somebody joins the congregational prayer and the Imam is in the final rak'ah, this is your first rak'ah. So the Imam sat for tashahhud and made taslim. You stood up, you pray one rak'ah, and you sit for the middle tashahhud, because now this is your second rak'ah. And then you resume your prayer as regular. What if I stood up and I completely forgot to sit for the tashahhud after the second rak'ah? This is where you would have to pray. So if you forgot to sit after your second rak'ah for tashahhud, simple. After you finish your prayer, you pray two prostrations for forgetfulness and you make taslim. And to all the viewers, when you join the Jama'ah late, anything that you have forgotten or made a mistake in after the Imam made taslim, you're required to pray sujood sahwi by the end.